Saying it all at once is too much for the general and number 39's habit. Therefore, he immediately returned to contemplation. He has a serious look that suits him very well. But, of all the things that George heard and saw that day, upstairs, only the image of little Emily was engraved in his mind, more indelible than anything else. Gentle, elegant and lovely, she looks like a young bird in flight. And maybe we should draw her on a soap bubble. And Gior thought to himself when he saw that object floating in the air. Her large golden buds exuded a fragrance like newly bloomed roses. It was with that fairy, that magical person, that every year he shared the cake and the girl ate her portion deliciously, nodding at him with each bite, showing satisfaction. I wonder if she still remembers that story or not. Probably yes, and it was she who gave this book of poetry to thank him. After the above incident, on the first full moon of the new year, he went out to the middle of the field, put a piece of bread in his pocket, held a book of hymns in his hand, opened it and predicted the fate of a fruit, because people often do that and believe in it. That the saint and number 39's words are never wrong. He opened the book and predicted a poem about gratitude, predicting a happy future for him. He opened it a second time to tell her fate. He was very careful not to open the book to the verses that talked about death, but he opened the book to the page that only talked about death and the grave. Jork cried out to reassure himself, and those are just superstitions. And but how scared he was when a little while later the lovely little girl was sick and bedridden and the doctor and number 39's car came and parked in front of the door every day. The gatekeeper said, "They can and number 39's keep her." The wise man is very wise when deciding who to arrest. But they still held on and the girl escaped the threats of fortune-telling. While she was convalescing, Giok drew pictures and sent them to her to entertain her. One day he drew the Tsar and number 39's castle, the ancient Kremlin, with its round-roofed towers, looking like giant golden pumpkins glowing in the sunlight. At least they look like that in George and number 39's painting. Little girl Amelia enjoyed watching it very much. So George drew a new series of pictures for her, all houses, because he thought to himself that she would happily imagine the countless beautiful things that could be behind the doors and windows in the house. Painting. He drew a Chinese pagoda with 16 floors, each floor had a bell. He drew 2 Greek temples, with elegant marble columns and stairs on all sides. He drew a picture of a Norwegian church, but looking at the picture it was clear that it was made of wood, with every part carved with a strange art. But the most beautiful picture was what he called Aunt Emily and number 39's castle, because he thought she should live in such a building. It was he who came up with the building style. I have gathered into it all that I consider the most beautiful of those castles. There are carved beams like in Greek temples, then every floor has bells like in Chinese temples, and finally on the roof there are golden domes like the roof of the Kremlin of the Tsars. It was truly a castle from a fairy tale. Under each window Giok clearly wrote that room and what that room was used for. For example, and here, Emily sleeps. Here, she learns to dance. Here, she plays. Here, she receives guests, etc. And looking at that strange castle was so exciting that people never got tired of looking at it. The general praised that and number 39's great. The old count, because at that time there was also an old count of more noble lineage than the general, who also had a castle. The count didn't and #39 say anything. He was told that the castle was drawn in the imagination of a boy by the janitor and number 39's son. He was still young, very small. But no, that would be an exaggeration because he had already received the Eucharist. The old count, after seeing those paintings, had an intention, but kept it secret. Exactly on a bad morning, grey and damp, the most beautiful day, the brightest day of Jord began. The academy professor called him and said, "My little friend, listen to me." God blessed him with talent and also gave him luck to meet virtuous people. The old count on the corner recently told me about you. I have seen your drawing, we Don and number 39 need to discuss it at length. There are many places that need to be fixed. But from today onwards, you can come to my place to learn drawing twice a week so that next time you can draw better. I think perhaps you are more inclined towards architecture than painting. Then you still have enough time to think and choose. Now go to the old count and thank God for allowing you to meet him on your life and number 39's journey. The count and number 39's house on the corner over there is huge and beautiful. Around the windows are carved images of elephants, camels, and unicorns, works of ancient times. However, the count liked all contemporary works, even though their creators were upstairs, underground or under the roof. The gatekeeper said, "I think the more noble the lineage, the less arrogant it is. Look at that old count, how simple and gentle he is. He talks like you and me. The general and even his wife were not like that. That and number 39's Giac was so happy yesterday because of the count and number 39's hospitality. I just met the old man today, and I felt the same way. Luckily we didn't and #39 send Giac to learn how to become a craftsman. The count told me he had talent. The father said, that and number 39's right, but someone must help him to do it. People will help, the count has firmly promised me that. The father said, perhaps there is also a word from the general. We must go and thank him. The gatekeeper said, yes, that and number 39's right. But anyway, I Don and number 39's believe that thanks to him, we have this blessing. I will thank God and will also pray for little Emily to recover quickly. Sure enough, little Emily was completely cured. She grew up and became more beautiful. On his side, Giac also progressed very quickly. At the academy, he won a silver medal, then a gold medal. The janitor said while crying, anyway, it and number 39's better for her to go to vocational training, only then can we keep her at home. Who knows why he went to Rome? I shall never see him again, that dear boy, even if he returns here. But he probably doesn't and #39 want to leave the land that people say is beautiful. The father said, it and number 39's for his happiness, it and number 39's more beneficial for his career, Grandma. The mother replied, thank you for comforting me, but you yourself are as sad as me, sir. In fact, both husband and wife were very sad, because their son was about to go away, even though everyone around them told them that it was very happy and honorable for him to go like that. Gior said goodbye to his parents and also went to greet the general and number 39's family. The general and number 39's wife did not come out because she had a terrible headache. As for the general, seizing a good opportunity, he immediately told his unique anecdote, telling the words he had said to the prince, and the prince replied, "And quote, you are truly a unique person." And quote. At this point, he offered Jork his hand, which was limp and lifeless. Emily also held out her little hand for Geock to kiss. The girl seemed a bit sad, but Geock himself felt truly miserable. When people work, time passes quickly. Everyone has the same time, but not everyone uses their time equally well, nor does everyone take advantage of it equally. Because Gior took advantage of so much time, he found it passed quickly, except when he remembered his homeland. He wondered, and quote, "I wonder how the people at home are doing," including those from the lower family and those from the upper family. End quote. I received many letters, and in one letter there were many stories. Some were like warm sunshine that warmed our hearts, and some were news that plunged us into the thick darkness. This news was contained in the letter informing Geock that his father had passed away at home, and his mother was a widow and alone. The letter also added, "Amelia was like a fairy who often came down to the poor young woman to comfort her, and she interfered so much that people had to assign her the duty of guarding the gate." See more. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.